But I find it so weird and sinister how women going to college has become synonymized with them being sluts. I've been seeing so many videos that are like girls posting their acceptances, like the bedspreads or whatever, and all the comments are like, oh, 50 bodies, 50 bodies, she's gonna be ran through. That is all you see. Like, that is such a common joke now. It used to just be ASU, but now it's like any college, any school. And it feels especially twisted because we're in a point in time where women are more likely to go to college than men. More women have degrees. More and more women are going to college. And now all of a sudden it's this big joke that women go to college just to sleep around, as if the men aren't whoring themselves out on.
Let me tell you something. Um, Anybody that went to college, anybody that hung out on college campuses, I ain't even just talking about today. I'm talking about 30 years ago. If you went down to a HBCU, if you went up to Yale, Harvard, University of Michigan, Mississippi, anywhere you go in the country, LSU, right, New York, you know what happens on those college campuses, especially for 18 and 17 and 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds that are going off to a completely different state. Most of us know, even when we were graduating high school, come on, remember all the way back, when we were graduating high school, a lot of people took out student loans not to just get away from the place that they were, but so that they can feel like they have freedom that they did not have, that they've never experienced. And so they're taking out credit cards, they're doing student loans, and it's two other things that happens at these college campuses. The first thing is they become indoctrination camps. They become very liberalized. They are taught how to think nowadays instead of, getting the things that they need in order to be successful in life. That's number one. And the second thing that happens is it becomes a whore fest. It is so bad. I don't even know how guys, men, fathers allow for their daughters to be able to leave and go to a completely different state and just be out there on their own. That's not even a form of protection. I have a daughter that is graduating. I'm actually going to her graduation tomorrow. And one of the criteria in order to stay on daddy's stipend was that you got to stay in state and you're going to live right here. I know at the University of Michigan, I believe you have to stay on campus, or was it Michigan State? Maybe both. But one of the criteria was that you're going to have to stay here in state and you're going to have to make sure that you had this covering. And it doesn't mean that kids can't do things, that they're not supposed to do even when they with you. All right. So let's remove that right now. But what I'm talking about is setting the standards and what cultural norms are. I think it's crazy to even think about, especially from what I've seen, from what happens, from what we even see on social media nowadays. I think it's insane to think that an 18-year-old girl that is graduating high school, that is green, should be able to go off and live by herself on a campus in a completely different state with no supervision, no covering, no nothing. That to me personally, and this is just my opinion. I would love to get with y'all, know what y'all think inside of the chat. That to me is insane. I think that is almost a form of neglect to allow for your kid and your daughter. I was talking to a lady at the bank. I was talking to a banker, one of the supervisors. And because I go in on a regular basis, and she's like, "Oh, into our house," they know when they watch my videos and stuff. And she was trying to convince me, like, because I guess that she was doing it with her daughters or whatever. And she was trying to convince me, like, "Oh, no, you should let them go off. And you crazy? Nah, 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 nah. This is why we got fathers. This is why men, strong masculine men, should be able to have the final say so inside of their households. Because, you know, you're getting mad. This woman is getting mad at it. But at the same time, it's like, what part of it is not true? You know what I'm saying? Like, what part of the stereotype, because stereotypes are earned, they are not given. What part of the stereotype is off? All of it is on. All of it is true. So you can't sit here and try to make it seem like people that are joking about it, they joking about it because it's rooted in truth. It's not rooted in falsehoods.
campus too.
One trend that is just so disgusting to me is the one where boyfriends are posting their girlfriends and they're like, yeah, she's going to ASU. And they're posting like their actual girlfriends. Like, yeah, we're doing long distance and she's going to ASU. And they know exactly what type of comments are going to be in the comment section. Like, they're absolutely vile and disgusting. Just like talking about that girl, talking about her body, saying that she's going to be ran through, saying some crazy shit. And this guy's just letting them dog on his girl in the comment section. And like,
What do you want him to do? You want him to fight the comment section? I remember when I graduated high school and I had a girl that I was talking to at that particular time. And, you know, we were having a conversation about what colleges we were about to go to. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to stay. I'm staying here. I'm not about to rack up a bunch of debt. I'm slow motion. I'm not even sure if I'm going to college right away. I might need to get a job. I need to find out where to get some money or whatever, right? So we having conversations as young people do. And she was like, yo, I'm going off to college, you know, down south to a HBCU. And I'm not going to give all of the details because I know my level of visibility will cause for y'all to go on a rapid search, right? But she was like, yo, I'm going off to college. I knew right then it was over. That's it. End of the conversation. I know that this is the end of the line. And this was a girl that, you know, I actually really liked and even considered like, yo, am I going to be, is this somebody that I will actually marry? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you young, stupid, high school, whatever, so on and so. The minute that she said that, because I had, you know, brothers and uncles and a father, and, you know, I had seen what was going on, and I was raised in the inner city of Detroit, I knew. I didn't need anybody to tell me. I didn't need social media. We didn't have social media popping back then. I knew that that was it. I knew that it was never going to be anything long distance, and we kept in touch for a little bit, and she would come home and we would link up, but she was evolving and changing very much before our eyes. And I was like, yeah, this is it. I emotionally detached myself from the person because I already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a lot of these guys, you know, laughing about it, joking about it, in a way, it's a form of coping. And then in another way, it's also a form of reality. It's a reality check to know, yeah, this is it. This is up. This is different. It's going to be different, you know, going forward because your girl is going off to college and it's never going to be the same. And she's going to have unlimited options and she doesn't have a level of discipline and she's young and she's probably going to be wild. And the college that she's going to has a reputation of girls, you know, going that way. Almost to where you have to kind of take a pause sometimes when a girl says that she went off to college and went and lived on campus. If you're a younger person, obviously, you get into your 30s and your 40s, it kind of means a little bit less. But yeah, man, I mean, it happens. It's a real thing.
she's not going to ASU. Like it's a trend, like it's a joke. But like he's just letting them talk like crazy about his girlfriend in the comment section. Like that's disgusting. Like for some internet likes, that's so gross. I don't know, it's just like super disrespectful. And also these girls are like what, probably 17, they're applying to colleges. It's like you're minors. Why are you letting people talk about your minor girlfriend being in the Boston Crab? She's
Let him talk like he not a minor also.
walls of Jericho or whatever. I don't even fucking know. Like this one,
Jericho?
hello? 9,000 comments and they're all disgusting. I don't know, it's just gross. Like y'all really gotta do better.
I just think that it's if you're a young man and you have a girl that is going off to college, just automatically assume that that's not your girl, especially if y'all going to different schools. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make